Bow, bow, bow. So, how's your day going, Jordan?
It's going.
Did you enjoy your front row seat to the comedy club about 15 seconds ago?
I mean, you breaking shit?
Yeah. In my defense, I did just...
I've seen it before.
I moved my podcast, the microphone arm. I just moved it. You would think that...
You're not supposed to touch any of this stuff.
Yeah, clearly. I am super hot and sweaty now. Welcome to JJTI Season 3, Episode 26. Stuff's making noise over here. I don't like it.
Well, stop touching it. You got that thing so close to your face.
Well, I wanted to pick up my voice.
Yes, but you're like so much more obnoxiously loud than I am.
Yeah, but you're supposed to get close.
You mean like this close?
Yes.
That's obnoxious.
I need it to be obnoxious so that I don't record me in your thing. I need to be able to turn your microphone up without picking up me. The closer you are to your microphone, the less I have to turn it up. So, and we're skipping frames again. God damn it. Hopefully it'll be fine. Whatever, I don't care anymore. This is I'm a little off base right now. Wasn't expecting this. You were early.
No, not really.
You were.
No, because I get out earlier now.
You didn't tell me that. Fuck.
Just stop touching stuff.
I'm not touching anything. I want to be able to read my thing. I got notes. So, what do you want to talk about first?
You said to,
do you want to just jump right into that?
Dunkirk? Christopher Nolan?
Yeah, do you want to jump right into that, or you want to meander around and then get to the topic eventually?
You can jump right into it.
Okay, so Oppenheimer's coming out next week. We're going to see it.
Looks pretty cool.
I'm going to see it. I don't know if Jordan's going to see it.
You got a separate ticket for me.
I did.
Yeah.
That does not mean you'll show up.
It does.
As
I requested the day off.
Established previously.
The only movie I didn't show up to was Morbius. So
I feel like you didn't show up to a different one.
No, that was the only one.
I feel like you didn't show up to a different one.
Like what movie?
I don't remember. I couldn't tell you.
That's the only movie.
It was a good one.
Yeah, I would have enjoyed it.
Yeah. So, you can't do anything that Friday, right?
I could, but not
I don't
for
like
a
you
long
wearing the
period of time.
sunglasses.
Why?
It bothers me.
Because you can't see my eyes.
Yeah, I don't know where you're looking.
I'm looking right at you.
I did. It's uncomfortable.
Well,
I'm looking at that stupid
get
nut.
used to it, because I'm tired of these bright lights burning my retinas out.
I'm looking at that stupid nut. And it's
I'll get some different shades. They might look a little... You could even maybe get some with like, you know the ones you can get with the shark eyes?
No.
That way you would know I was looking at you. Because you move and the eyes move on it.
You might be asleep for all I know.
I probably have fallen asleep with my eyes open when you were talking about SpaceX or something like that.
Hey, listen. There's some new SpaceX news. You want me to talk about it?
No. I want to talk about this movie.
So, I asked you to think about your favorite Christopher Nolan movies and your least favorite Christopher Nolan movies.
Right.
I don't have all of his movies listed here. I have most of them.
You did the one where everyone's running backwards, right?
Huh?
The one where people are running backwards?
Tenet?
Yeah. Did he do that? Okay. Tenet.
It's the same backwards as forwards.
Oh, God.
With the Batman in it.
Yeah.
The
new Batman.
Yes. The real Batman. Of New York. Jeez, Mr. Popular over there. So I didn't have like some of his earlier movies, but I have
there's some I haven't seen.
I have not seen some of these as well. Do you want me to go through the list and the release date order and we can talk about them?
Yeah.
As we go. I also have them listed from my favorite to my least favorite later on. But the first movie is Memento.
Right.
Have you seen it?
No, I also looked up all of his movies, and that's one that I have not seen.
I haven't seen it either. I guess we're gonna skip it.
Yeah. Anyone on that list you didn't know, I probably have not seen.
Batman Begins.
I have seen that.
What did you think about it?
That was the second movie?
No, that was like his third or fourth movie.
Oh, so you're just skipping the ones we don't know.
I skipped the very early ones.
Oh, okay.
But Memento was like a one that everybody knew.
Okay.
So I included it in this list.
Should probably watch it.
Apparently it's pretty good.
Let's check it out.
It's the one where he has like short-term amnesia or something. Can't remember more than 15 minutes, so he gets stuff tattooed all over him.
He gets it tattooed on him.
Yeah.
You know how long it takes to tattoo something? Like he's
Well,
gonna
if it's
forget.
just like a word. I don't know.
You know what? I haven't seen the movie.
I know the
can't say
thumbnail.
anything. All right.
Batman Begins. That was the first movie I probably saw of his.
Same.
Because I went and saw it in theaters. There's an airplane.
Oh, I thought you said you went to see it in theaters on an airplane. I was like,
nope.
What?
It's referring to the obnoxious noise going overhead right now.
I like the sound of an airplane.
But I went and saw that in theaters as a 5-year-old.
Oh, I bet you remembered that.
Oh, yeah. I remember Devil Batman when he gives Scarecrow the gas.
Right.
That was pretty creepy.
Isn't he like on a horse or something?
No, that was later on. And then
No.
she, what's her face, tases him in the face. Pretty badass.
Tases Batman?
No, the night Scarecrow.
Okay, I was about to come. Well, she does tase Batman too.
She tries.
It doesn't
Doesn't
do
work.
it. He just takes it off.
Should have aimed for the mouth.
Yeah, the one spot.
Can you imagine if he got, he was all prepped up and then got immediately tased in the mouth?
Yeah, why doesn't Batman cover his mouth?
So that people can see he's a white guy. So the police don't shoot him.
Well, it's Gotham.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't know if they have a
He's got a sick tan.
race problem in Gotham.
They definitely have
They got a problem.
they've got a corrupt police problem.
Yeah. It's not a nice city.
It's not. It looks gross. And except for the second one where it was just Chicago.
I'd live there.
The rent's probably like $200 a month.
I'd probably live under a bridge or something.
Yeah. What do they call it? What's the Narrows? That's where all the scumbags live. What were his
It's my
parents
kind of
doing
place.
down there? Why were they watching opera in the Narrows? The fuck? Why is there an opera hall down there?
I think it's like anywhere else. Like at one point, a place could have been very glamorous and then turns into a slum.
But it was already a slum at that point.
Yeah, but probably not originally. The theater was probably still super nice.
But why would they go to the ghetto theater when they could go to probably a rich person theater?
The historical value of it's probably where Thomas Wayne went when he was a kid and he wanted to take Bruce there. You know?
Nah, I'm not following. I don't get it. I don't like it. The Prestige.
I have not seen that.
It's the one where Christian Bale's a magician, I think.
No, haven't seen it.
There was another one. There was one of those Armageddon Deep Impact situations where it was basically the same movie came out at the same time, but two of them. And one of them, David Bowie's in it, and he plays Nikola Tesla. And they invent teleportation or cloning or both. Hugh Jackman. He's in there, I think. I don't remember which one. One of them.
What the hell are you talking about?
One of these magician movies.
Yeah.
Is crazy, and they like invent teleportation and cloning and stuff. The other one is just, I think it's the Christian Bale one. He just has a twin brother, and that's how he does his magician stuff. And I've heard, I haven't seen the movie, at one point he loses his finger, one of his fingers, in a magician thing gone wrong, a trick gone wrong. So they have to cut the twin's finger off so that people can't tell. So that's pretty badass.
It is, yeah.
Haven't seen it. I'm sure it's fine. The Dark Knight.
Yes.
One of your favorites?
Of his?
Of any?
Um,
You like The Dark Knight a lot.
yeah.
You said it was your favorite Batman movie. Does that still hold true?
My favorite Batman movie?
Mm-hmm.
I suppose so. I mean, it's the one I've seen the most.
Yeah.
I mean, the new one's good, but it's not like it's good, but it also kind of just is super long.
It is very long. It's easy to watch clips though.
Yeah.
Like to watch the car chase or the nightclub.
Oh yeah,
fight
if you're just
scene.
gonna sit there on YouTube and just watch a couple of like clips, like yeah, it's cool.
The
The nightclub fight scene,
any of the nightclub stuff, really.
pretty kick-ass.
I think that the next one's gonna be the best Batman movie ever.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, Dark Knight really good. That was probably when he started to like take off as, oh, this guy's like a really good director, and we're gonna give him lots of money to make stuff. 2010 Inception.
I really liked Inception.
When was the last time you saw Inception?
Like when it came out.
It's been a couple years for me.
I saw it when it came out.
Haven't gone back to it?
No.
Have you only seen it once, or did you watch it like in movie theaters and then once when it came out?
I might have seen it once or twice.
It's pretty good from memory. Leonardo DiCaprio, good actor.
Yeah, I like the visuals in it too.
Yeah.
So.
This is the most boring segment we've ever done.
Yeah, well, I thought you were supposed to be ranking them.
Well, I will, but I wanted to go over them and get our...
Here's the thing. You asked me to think of the best and the worst. That I kind of like all of his movies, though.
Yeah, I would say most of his movies are pretty good.
Except for Interstellar. I liked Interstellar.
Talk about it. Dark Knight Rises. I'll just breeze through the next few.
Yeah,
okay?
just breeze through them and then start.
Dark Knight Rises, it was okay. Interstellar, it was okay. Dunkirk, it was okay. Tenet, it was really good, even though I didn't know what the fuck was happening.
Yeah, how could you say it was
it
was
cool.
just trippy?
It looked cool.
I couldn't explain that movie to anybody if I tried.
They did time travel, but the bullet goes back in the gun.
Yeah.
You can't breathe. You can't breathe future air or backwards air.
The thing is, I watched videos explaining that movie, and still, I was like, I don't know. Maybe I just got it, and maybe it just was what it was, and I just thought it was something more. I don't know.
It's like
it's
how
something.
It's a fucking
that scene where they come running backwards, though, where you first see it. It's like,
what's it called?
Hilarious.
What's it? I can't think of the word. This is gonna bug me.
Trippy.
No, it's you know how everything, all energy in the universe is trying to even out and come to equilibrium, and when that happens, it'll be the heat death of the universe.
That's awesome.
What is that called?
You're asking me.
No, I'm asking myself.
It's called death.
I can't remember, but it's like how in Tenet, when an explosion happens or happened, and it goes backwards, it doesn't get less hot. Like, if you do, I forget how they explain it, but it's like,
yeah, just stop trying to explain this movie.
If an explosion happens, it will get cold. Like you'll die of hypothermia if you're on fire, they say, because it's like the opposite of what's going on in regular time.
Flames, I'm gonna die of hypothermia.
Yeah, like if you were backwards
sure I'm gonna like
on
melt
fire.
on the backwards on fire.
Like if you are on fire, and they put you out.
Yeah.
And then you get into the thing and you go backwards, and you're on fire again, but backwards. You'll like get hypothermia because it's cold. Because it's like the opposite.
I'd rather get hypothermia than being on fire. But the thing is, like, when you have hypothermia, you usually think that you're too hot. You'll start taking your clothes off.
So I don't know how true that is.
It's true.
I think that that's pretty rare.
I don't think so.
I've never experienced it.
Yeah.
Like those people who...
Well, like people on like Everest will
Sasquatch.
start like taking off their jackets and stuff like that.
Well.
Yeah.
There were those Russian skiers who may have done that. You know what I'm talking about?
The Russian skiers.
The Dyatlov Pass, I think is what it's called.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Where people thought they saw a Yeti or something, and there was like radiation, but then they found out like it was just a little avalanche happened.
Yeah, it was probably nothing special. The only thing that like maybe could have been true, but because I guess it was sort of by where they were testing nuclear weapons.
Yeah.
So that would be a more believable kind of cool story, but yeah, probably just an avalanche came down.
Well, people originally said like it couldn't have been an avalanche, like it's impossible. And then somebody went out and was like, no, it could have been, like, look, you can do it this way. And they showed like, oh,
so where their tent wouldn't be like
yeah, it was something where it was weird. It was like,
or how many months was it though before they found them?
I don't think it was that long.
Yeah. Because
there was that guy who was gonna do it, but he got sick, so he didn't. So he like knew right away.
Yeah.
that something was wrong.
Yeah, I mean, they like cut out the back of their tent and everything, though.
Yeah, they were like trying to get out.
Yeah.
So, And then the last movie is Oppenheimer, which obviously we haven't seen. Probably going to be okay.
Okay.
At worst. So the 3 movies at the bottom of my list are Memento, The Prestige, and Oppenheimer because I haven't seen them. So those are on like separate.
Yeah, they don't count.
Separate list. Do you want me to go from my worst to my best? Or do you want to do yours?
Do your worst to best.
I think my worst is Dunkirk.
Why?
I didn't know what the fuck was happening.
What do you mean?
It didn't make any sense.
You don't know the story of Dunkirk?
No, I understand historically what was happening.
Yeah.
But in the movie,
right,
the timeline didn't line up.
It jumps around from them.
Not just that, it doesn't make sense. So, explanation. Specific example. When Tom Hardy's flying his plane, and the gauge breaks, so he doesn't know how much fuel he has.
Right, and he's writing it down.
Then he runs out of fuel. Right?
Yeah.
And he shoots down the thing, and everybody's cheering, and the beach is full of people, like hundreds of thousands of people, and he's gliding down over the beach. Right?
Yeah.
Pretty
the ending of the movie.
Pretty close to the bottom, right? Middle of the day. And then it cuts to some other shit happening in a different time. And then it cuts back to him, and he's pumping the thing to make his landing gear go down. And the sun is setting, and the beaches are empty. So was he gliding for like 4 hours?
I don't know. I'd have to rewatch the ending.
It doesn't make sense.
I don't think there were people on the beach when he lands it, though.
No, there weren't when he lands, but when he was like 100 feet above the ground, gliding, the beach was full of people, and it was the middle of the day.
Well, he might have just been on empty. You can still fly with it. It's on empty. That's just
not for very long.
Yeah, well, you don't know what he's doing.
Propeller,
4 hours.
His propeller was stopped.
Why do you think 4 hours?
Because it was the middle of the day when his propeller stopped and he was gliding over people and everybody was cheering. And then as he landed, the sun was setting.
I'd have to rewatch the ending.
It doesn't make any sense. That bothered me a lot.
Well, the last scene, I don't know if it doesn't show him landing. He sets his plane on fire.
No, he lands, and then he gets out and he sets his plane on fire, and then he gets captured by the Germans.
Right. But, like, the Germans wouldn't have been that close.
Correct.
When other people were on the beaches lining up to leave.
True. So
that's also like...
So he started gliding.
That was also the time when all the boats showed up to take people away.
I know. So why didn't they...
It was just a rapid evacuation.
So just he's 100 feet off the ground. He's going to be flying in the air for like 35 more seconds.
Did you download it?
It was on HBO.
All right.
We'll watch
real quickly at the end of this.
Do you want to do a reaction to the ending?
The ending of the movie. I just need to see what you're talking about.
Okay, yeah. The entire movie, I was like, when is this happening? Some of it was easy to line up, but other parts of it, I had no idea. And I didn't care about any of the characters, like when that dumb kid died.
You mean
in the boat when he got shoved down the stairs?
The X-Men guy?
Who? What? Huh?
He's the guy who plays the guy with the laser beams that shoot out in X-Men.
Which version?
The newer ones.
No, that guy's definitely not in those movies.
I'm pretty sure he is.
The guy who cracks it is like a kid.
He hits his head, yeah.
Yeah, he gets shoved down the stairs by Scarecrow from Batman Begins.
He's in Batman Begins as well.
Cillian Murphy, the guy who accidentally shoves him. Yeah.
What's the name of the X-Men movies? Is it First Class or
the most like the reboot-ish ones? Yeah,
the good ones.
First Class.
Oh, Barry Keoghan? Maybe it isn't him.
That's not him. It was James Marsden in the original X-Men.
Oh, fuck. They kind of look similar.
Do they?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, the other guy's got sunglasses on, so it's hard to tell.
Yeah, I haven't seen any X-Men movies, so I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
But he's like, I can't see.
Anyway, so that movie's probably
Visually,
one of
it was
my
amazing.
favorites.
It was fantastic to look at. Story-wise, I didn't know what was going on.
It's just not really like it's not a movie that's going to have characters that like you will relate to, really. It's just the movie. What I like about it is, like, even from the soundtrack, it's just designed to make you just feel like hopeless.
Right.
Like the entire movie, you just feel like just like dread, like just you're not gonna make it out. The dive bomb scene is pretty sick.
There were good scenes in it.
Yeah.
But I didn't know what was going on most of the time. So, again,
I mean,
it's really hard to say that this movie's bad. It's just not, it's my least favorite.
Yeah. So you don't think it's a bad movie?
No.
Right. So the thing with the characters, like, if you don't care about them, it's not, I don't think these are supposed to be like characters you would see and be like, oh, that's the hero. I like this guy, or you know what I mean? It's more of just like, these are all the kinds of people that were there that day. You know what I mean? Like, they're just that guy, the main guy. I don't know the characters' names really, but like the main guy who's bringing his boat across that keeps cutting to. It's like, those are like, it's not like, oh, this guy's a great hero or anything. It's just like he's supposed to represent all the people that did do that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So none of the characters really stand out. I mean, the main character, like, does he even talk? He says like a couple things.
Some stuff. Yeah. Very early on, he doesn't say anything. He doesn't say anything for like the first quarter of the movie.
And here's what I was thinking about that, because I did rewatch the movie, and it is probably one of my favorites, but just simply because I like World War II stuff. The opening scene for that movie is one of my favorite opening scenes, like, in any movie.
When he's trying to take a dump.
Well, I'm gonna get to that. But no, when they're walking and the pamphlets are falling down. Yeah. That's like, we surrounded, like, they actually did that and stuff. Like, the movie's pretty historically accurate, but like, just like them walking and then just like the gunshots and they're just getting picked off left and right. Like, when I saw that in theaters though, the sound was like so good. Like, it was like, it was one of those, not the IMAX or whatever, the one where they actually have the good fucking sound. Yeah. Yeah. And it was, that movie was amazing in theaters. Mm-hmm. You should have seen it in theaters.
I was a little baby boy 17.
You could have gone to it.
Yeah, I didn't want it though.
Why? Because it wasn't Spider-Man.
Yeah. I didn't see that in theaters either.
Did you see 1917? It's not a Nolan movie, but it's kind of in that same.
Yeah, it's World War I.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's supposed to be all sort of one shot.
Yeah, the way they, just look up a video on how they shot that.
Yeah, it's all cool. Like they use CGI to like blend the takes.
Yeah, they have just like the cameras on like the tracks, like just they built like an insane like camera still.
I think part of the problem with Dunkirk for me is that I don't know as much about that.
It's pretty straightforward
as other events in World War II, because we get beaten over the head with storming Normandy.
Right.
And it's like, because that's the thing that America did, even though Canada was involved and Britain was involved.
Yeah, you usually don't see a war movie that doesn't involve America.
Yeah, so it's just like, I don't know enough about this event to connect everything up, like, beforehand in my head to know, like, oh, when this character is doing this thing and talking to this person, that's happening at this point in the conflict. And when this is happening at this point in the conflict. You know what I mean?
Don't they tell you the time of the event happening, like, as it switches?
No.
I don't know. I'd have to rewatch it. I don't know if it really is like... Well, I guess, I don't know. Is it all not in the same time?
No. Because there are things that happen.
The end.
There's things that happen at one point from one point of view for a character, and then they happen like later on in the movie from a different character's point of view.
Yeah, because I mean, well, they start sailing, and then there's the dogfight. Yeah. And they happen to catch up with the sinking
with
aircraft.
That guy who lands his plane on the water. Like that happens at the beginning of the movie for the pilot, but it happens near the end of the movie for the boat.
The dogfight scenes are pretty sick, though.
Yeah, the Spitfire's an amazing plane. Not the best plane ever built, at that time, as mentioned by the captain of that boat. I would argue that the Japanese Zero was the best plane ever built for the time.
Yeah, so like Dunkirk, in a nutshell, is they like underestimated Germany's like technology.
Oh yeah.
Because they got the Panzer tanks.
Yeah, Tigers.
So there was this dense like forest that kind of blocked them in, and they thought you can't get tanks through there.
Yeah.
Big mistake. They just fucking roared through the forest.
Yeah.
And so it was a big turning point in the war, I think. But also I was reading some other stuff on it, and it was about like why they didn't just like take out everyone on the beach after they chased him out. And it was like, I guess Hitler thought Germany and Great Britain would be pals.
Yeah.
He thought wrong because Churchill was like, no.
And then Japan bombed Pearl Harbor and got everybody in America pissed off.
And then America was like, what the hell, man?
Yeah. There was a great...
Just like an overly simplified World War II. Like,
there's a great Robot Chicken sketch where it's a little Polish... No, it's a little German kid and it's a little Hitler. And he's like, teacher, I want this Polish boy's desk.
The Robot Chicken one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that.
No. And then it cuts to, like, later, it keeps progressing. Then eventually there's all these desks. And America's sitting over in the corner. He's like, this is not my problem. And then a Japanese kid comes over and pushes his milk over. And he's like, okay, this is my problem now.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Next on my list, Interstellar.
Your for least favorite?
Yeah. Again, fine movie. I've seen it multiple times. I will probably watch it again at some point. I think Interstellar is overhyped. I think that people think it's like the greatest sci-fi movie of all time. But it's not. By like a long shot. I think a lot of people think it's like the next 2001.
I was about to say, do you think it's better than 2001?
No, not even close. Like, it's probably a more entertaining movie than 2001 in terms of stuff happening. But like 2001 isn't really a movie. I know we've talked about it before, but 2001 isn't really a movie. It's more like art, you know, as douchey as that sounds. But it is, like, it's just visually amazing and like, you know,
they both are visually amazing.
Interstellar does look really cool, but the story kind of,
I'd have to watch it again.
The story kind of, I didn't care about
so
anything.
Yeah, they're eating corn.
Yep. Well, they're trying to eat corn, but the corn's going away.
Yeah.
Because of dust.
So were there, I don't know, I haven't seen that movie in quite a while. Were there any other animals or anything they could eat, or they're just eating corn?
I don't remember or care.
Like, why do they go?
That doesn't make sense.
Well,
it's easier for them to figure out how to manipulate gravity than it is to fucking grow corn.
Agriculture.
Yeah. It's like, just stop growing food in the same spot over and over again. It's pretty easy. We figured this out like 300 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what time period is this supposed to take place in?
Not too far in the future, like 50, 60 years, I think.
50 or 60 years.
I did hear a theory, because I'm listening to old podcasts right now, and they're sort of at that time period in 2014 when this came out. And one of the theories they talk about is how when Matthew McConaughey goes to the school and the teachers are like, your daughter is getting into fights over whether or not the moon landing happened. And the teacher's like, obviously it didn't happen. And Matthew McConaughey's like, you're a fucking idiot. I'm taking her to a baseball game. And then the dust shows up and ruins it. The theory is that the government saw that people were too interested in science. So they started like blacking out science and space and stuff so that people wouldn't be interested, so that they wouldn't spend any money on it and they would only focus on farming.
Right, but the science behind the farming is very important nowadays.
Yeah, also space is very important for modern agriculture, like being able to track weather and water levels and stuff from orbit.
So it's just some weird puritanical thinking government.
Yeah.
This movie's coming back to me now because this is the one where he finds the secret base, right? And then the robot that rolls around. Okay, I like that robot.
The monolith.
Yeah. He was cool.
It's a cool looking robot.
Yeah.
I also think that everybody goes on about how the science is so accurate. I don't give a fuck. Make an entertaining movie.
You don't care that the science is accurate.
Well, one, most of it's not. That's my problem with Gravity too. Two, Jesus Christ, Bino. He's fucking doing stuff in there. Two, I don't think a movie should ever...
You're talking about Gravity with Sandra Bullock?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think a movie should ever sacrifice entertainment for the sake of realism. And I think, Jesus, shut up. I think that when you can use reality to make a more entertaining story, then you should use it. He's still going. I wonder how much this is going to get picked up. Like, for instance, in Gravity, there's a lot of cases where the reality of the situation would have been more entertaining than what they did in the movie.
Such as
when she's floating around and she's crying or whatever.
And then the Russian guy with her dogs comes on.
She's, like, her hair would have been floating around.
Mm-hmm.
And that could have led to a different catastrophe. Like her hair getting caught in something or whatever. Or, like, you could have used the fact that you can't cry in space. All your tears will pool up in your eyes.
Yeah.
Because there's surface tension but no gravity. So you could have done something with that. Like, water could... This is something that's actually happened.
She's just crying normally?
Yeah. Like,
with her
you
hair
just see
not
the drops, like, float off.
Oh.
But that doesn't happen.
Well, did she wipe them off?
No.
Oh.
And, like, this happened. A guy's... the water... they wear shirts and pants and stuff with tubes in them with water circulation to keep them cool on spacewalks. One of them got a leak and the water started going up over his head and like got over his eyes and over his nose before he was able to get back inside. And there's nothing you can do. Like, you can't get your arm up in to do anything. Like, if it got over his mouth, he just would have drowned. And he was blind because he had water all in his eyes.
Was this in the movie or is this a real thing?
No, this is a real thing that happened.
Okay.
And they could have just done something like that. That would have been more entertaining.
He'd die.
Yeah, like, do something like that. So when you make a point of saying, this is, we spent all this time and we got all these professors, we did all this math to make the black hole look real, but we're going to put this planet with the waves on it and the waves are going to be like 100 feet tall. No, that's stupid. Don't talk about how scientifically accurate your movie is.
I don't know. Neil deGrasse Tyson said that that's possible.
No, the wave would be like a foot.
That's not what he said.
That is what he said. I watched that interview.
Show me the interview.
Okay, I will after this. After we watch fucking Dunkirk in its entirety. But like, when you say something is accurate, it should either be accurate or you shouldn't say it. The Martian says this is like 95% true, and it is. Apollo 13 is like, this is 95% true, and it is. You can't say Interstellar or Gravity is 90% true.
Well, here's the
thing. When it's like 5% true.
Like, it's clearly not true because people would have probably like done this shit by now.
But you can't label it as true, is what I'm saying.
They never label it as true.
In the marketing for the movie.
They said based on a true story.
No, they're just like, a bunch of the science in this movie is factually accurate. And they went on and on. There was this whole big thing about the black hole. It's like, I don't give a fuck about the black hole. I don't care.
It seems like something you would care about.
I don't care if a movie is inaccurate. I
You
care.
just said that.
No, I don't care when a movie is inaccurate. I care when a movie says it's accurate and then it is inaccurate.
So the black hole is not accurate.
That one thing is accurate-ish.
That's it.
But they were talking about how
What about the
scientifically.
ghosts in the end?
No, I don't think so. I don't know much about fifth dimensional tesseracts or humans from the future or whatever, but relatively confident that's not how that goes. But it's like Star Wars is the most fucking inaccurate thing of all time.
No, it's not.
But they're not like, all the space battles are real. It's like
You can get sucked out of a spaceship and then fly back into it
That-
and be totally fine.
only if you have the Force.
Not so like none of the doors really seem to seal up.
No.
Like once something is busted. So yeah,
That just like real life.
just like real life.
Next on the list, The Dark Knight Rises.
I liked that movie.
Haven't seen it in a while. Remember it being fine. Kind of hard to follow up The Dark Knight.
Yeah, I mean, I liked it a lot. I saw it twice in one day.
But you won't go see Barbie and Oppenheimer with me?
No, because those are like back to back. This was spaced out.
Why don't you go see Barbie in the morning then?
I thought we were gonna see Barbie on Friday.
No, I'm going to see them both
Yeah,
on
but then
Thursday.
you said, "Would you go see Barbie on?"
You go see
Friday.
Barbie on Friday so we can record a thing on Friday.
I got
after
stuff
you
going
watch-
on
I
Friday.
know. That's why I'm.
I could see if there's an early showing,
If there's an early showing, which there
but I
won't be,
probably can't like record.
if you can see it, why can't you just see them both on Thursday?
How long in between them?
No time. It's funny.
Is there even still tickets for Barbie?
I'm sure there is.
Are you watching Barbie and Oppenheimer?
Yeah.
No, but which order? What
Barbie and then Oppenheimer.
and what's the word for that?
Crazy? Are you asking about that video I sent you?
Barberheimer.
the Oppenheimer Barbie sandwich?
There's still a ticket for Barbie. I don't give a shit. I'll go.
All right,
I'm
and
not
then
doing anything Thursday.
can we record Friday then
Yeah,
Real
but
quick.
like quickly.
for like half an hour?
Yeah, I don't care.
All right.
It's kind of it's my dad's birthday, so
This
we're
is
doing
more important
something.
than the celebration of your dad's birth, so
Okay.
the people need to know about
So, like-
what we thought about Barbie.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll definitely ditch my family for that.
So we need to record twice next week. Can you do that?
Possibly.
When?
I don't know. Whenever, as long as I'm not closing. Whatever 6 o'clock shifts I have.
Can you give me that information tomorrow?
Yeah, I don't think I'm closing much, so.
Okay. I'll ask Lindsay if he wants to come.
Yeah.
Just give me the days. Yeah, Dark Knight Rises was okay. Easily the worst of that trilogy, I would say.
I
Again,
didn't-
not a bad movie. It's not a Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 3 situation. They're all pretty good.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I don't think I really liked the first one.
You don't like Batman Begins?
Maybe if I watched it again, but when it came out, I wasn't really like.
It's the one with the least ridiculous voice.
I'm Batman.
I'm Batman. Then he headbutts that guy.
No, I don't remember it being a bad movie, but I don't know.
Next on the list, Inception. Pretty good.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Would you agree that it's better than Dark Knight Rises?
Inception. I don't know. That's the thing is I kind of just I like all of his movies. It's it's hard for me to like rank them.
Well, you gotta. That's the thing.
They're all like the same for me, except for like if I had to pick one that's my least, would probably be Tenet,
Whoa. Really?
because I don't know what's going on in it.
That's my next on the list.
Yeah.
Tenet. I think it's great. I love it. I think it looks really good. I love the action in it. I love all the actors in it. I like how the weird time stuff works, even though I don't understand it.
Yeah.
I think it's great. I like the part where they're running through that fucking airport security thing.
See, yeah, I
and
think it's
the fucking fire gas is coming down, and they're trying to fuck with the doors, and then the dude's lockpick breaks. And fucking the look on Robert Pattinson's face, he's just like, oh fuck, and they start running, and then they get the door open and they start running back. It's great. I love it.
It was highly entertaining.
We need to watch it with subtitles.
Why could we not understand what they were saying?
Like I've said before, there's like actual real plot information, but it's spoken at a volume by the characters that's like background. I think if we had subtitles, we would understand the movie. Ow.
I'll watch it with subtitles.
All right. Next on my list, The Dark Knight. Really good.
Yeah.
It's a good movie.
So it's your favorite?
Ledger's... Nope.
No.
Got one more. Heath Ledger is amazing.
I'd say that's probably the most iconic movie.
Oh, yeah. I think a lot of people would say that's his best movie.
Like if you're gonna see someone wearing a T-shirt, like it's usually from that movie. Like I used to have a T-shirt with the Joker on it.
Did it say why so serious?
No, it was a cool. I still have it, but it's like super old now. For a T-shirt anyway, not for a human.
Well, depends on the era.
I don't know. I had this. I still have it somewhere. I'll have to wear it on the podcast.
Sure, you can wear it when
it's a little faded though.
Review Oppenheimer.
I'll bring it to the showing.
My number one pick, Batman Begins.
That's your favorite.
I love Batman Begins.
Because you saw it when you were a kid.
Yeah, I would say that nostalgia probably plays a pretty big role.
His suit's kind of dumb in that though.
No, I love it.
Where he can't move his neck.
That is the standard Batman move, is that you can't move your neck. At least he can raise his arms above his shoulders. You know?
Yeah, I don't know. I think the Dark Knight, his suit in that's cooler.
No, the suit's definitely better in the Dark Knight, but I appreciated seeing a movie where Bruce Wayne was the main focus and not the Joker or the Riddler or the Penguin or
What's
Mr.
the
Freeze.
Penguin the main focus?
Batman Returns.
No, he's not really the main focus.
Are you fucking kidding me?
He's in it a lot.
He definitely has more screen time than Batman.
It's Danny DeVito.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. Well, that movie is bad, but all I'm saying is, up until this point, the villains always were the main focus of a Batman movie.
Well, yeah, because it's cool.
And this was a refreshing change of pace.
You don't like the Joker?
No, it's not that I don't
I'd
like.
rather spend more time with Heath Ledger's Joker than.
Well, yeah, because then Heath Ledger would have been alive, but.
Would have been alive?
Yeah, because he's dead, and we're not going to get any more of that.
No,
until they
in
CGI
the movie,
him.
I'd rather see him.
No, I want a Batman movie about Batman. I say it's the first live action. Batman Mask of the Phantasm did it really well. And this Batman Begins takes a lot of cues from Batman Mask of the Phantasm, which is probably the best Batman movie. It's really good. The animated one. An original villain. Fucking badass. Mark Hamill's the Joker.
That was like probably my favorite when I was a kid.
It's amazing. But this was the first time I saw Batman. I was like, oh, he could actually like kill a person in a fight. Like I saw Christian Bale.
Somebody.
I saw Christian Bale and I was like, oh yeah, that guy could beat up like 7 dudes.
Yeah.
Whereas you watch Michael Keaton and you're like, no. There's no way.
Well, no, he could beat up a whole bunch of Tim Burton villains.
Yeah.
Because they all have like flowers that shoot water out.
He would have that thing that extends from his wrist. If somebody jumps at you, you do that and then you hit him in the balls. Like a foot before you would do it with your hand.
Yeah.
Whereas in Batman Begins,
I just don't like how you bring
periscope.
up the Tim Burton Batman movies with him not being able to beat up people when you think that the 60s show, like you're never like, There's no way that guy wouldn't be able to like beat up a bunch. It's like, come on.
Yeah, but here's the thing. That show's funny on purpose. There's no way that Tim Burton was doing that to be funny on purpose.
No, it's just a certain style.
No, that was an accident.
No, have you ever seen a Tim Burton movie?
Yes.
They're all like weird like that.
Yeah, there's a difference between being weird and being like on purpose. We're doing this to be campy and funny. Those are supposed to be serious movies. They're not, but they're supposed to be.
I don't think they take themselves too seriously. Tim Burton doesn't really take things like super seriously. Like it's still supposed to be kind of like cartoony.
Yeah. Adam West is better.
Whatever.
So yeah, that's my list.
You know, there's Beetlejuice 2 coming out.
Yeah, fucking pisses me off.
Why?
Because I hate that movie with a passion.
Oh, I'm gonna drive down to Connecticut.
No,
I
you're
found
not.
found the town where.
Also, it's not Connecticut. It's Vermont.
Is it Vermont?
I mean, you were talking about it in the podcast. So
Was I?
yes.
Oh, I don't remember.
Maybe you should listen to last week's episode before you come on the podcast every week, so that you can refresh on what you talked about last week.
Nah. Anyway,
fact checking yourself.
Dunkirk. Probably one of my favorites, I guess. And back to him trying to take a dump multiple times. Do you think he just eventually just shit his pants?
That was my thought. Was like as soon as that happened and he was taking a dump and he looked over and that guy was burying that other dude, I was like, this guy's not going to be able to take a shit.
No. He's tried twice.
It's a movie perpetually about this guy trying to take a dump. He probably just shit his pants in the ocean.
That's what I would have done.
Yeah.
I mean, I
just
think
shake your leg a little bit.
The second somebody started shooting at me, I probably would have just like shit right there. Like maybe he does shit and they don't show it.
As he was climbing over that fence, a little bit of poop came out. I don't think I could have gone over that fence. That was a tall fence.
I think you could have if you were being shot at.
My cat's knocking shit over there.
I think he's in your sink.
What are you doing in there, bud?
I think you would probably have superhuman strength if you were getting shot at and chased by a bunch of
I would have just
soldiers.
run around the corner. I would have charged them. Can you imagine how terrified you'd be if a man who doesn't speak the language you speak was running at you with shit in his pants?
Were they getting sniped? Or because why didn't any of them just turn around and start firing back?
I don't know.
It's still a cool scene.
Maybe they weren't supposed to be there. I don't know.
Well, there were the French. He does run out and almost get shot by the French soldiers. So.
Like I said, I don't really know what was going on in that movie.
Anyway, I think maybe he didn't shit because he was constipated.
Why? He took those flyers, right? I assume he was going to use those as toilet paper?
That's what I was thinking too. At first I was like, okay, well, a little piece of history here. But no, that was definitely, he was going to wipe his ass with those swastika papers.
Hey, yeah. We've all been there.
Fuck you, Nazis.
Smear shit on your propaganda.
Yeah. We're using it as toilet paper. Thank you, Hitler, for the toilet paper.
You can't speak German, just talking a shitty German accent.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen any of the How It Should Have Endeds? To little animated YouTube videos?
Yeah, I've seen some.
There's one for Captain America. And halfway through, you know how it goes, how they'll do 5 different endings. But there's a moment in it where Toby Jones, who was in Indiana Jones, as the guy who went crazy, he's like, but sir, why are we writing the names on the bombs in English? We're German. And the Red Skull just screams, do not question my genius.
Yeah.
It's funny. So, what's your least favorite? I guess would it be Batman Begins?
Well, there's some I haven't seen. It's just okay. So if Batman Begins, like I said, I like all his movies that I've seen. But if Batman Begins was on TV, and Inception was on TV, I would watch Batman Begins just because I haven't seen it in a while, and I'd want to see if it's like, since I watched it when I was like a kid,
Right.
but like maybe I would get it more and like it more now.
Yeah.
And then but more than likely I'd choose like Inception or Interstellar or something like that. Like,
Right.
if they were all on there, I'd probably like, if Dunkirk wasn't there, I'd probably click like, because I watched Dunkirk like twice.
Right.
Like back to back. It's a good background movie too.
Is it?
I like to listen to explosions and gunshots. Like
People
when I'm
shitting their pants.
right when I'm doing the dishes.
That way, if you're ever doing the dishes and war breaks out, you'll be prepared. You won't freak out.
Yeah.
You'll know what's going on. So I got a couple of things on my list. After that,
Okay.
you want to talk about Wonka?
Willy Wonka?
Did you watch the Wonka trailer?
I did.
Yeah. What did you think?
It looks too kid friendly.
I don't know what the fuck's going on there. We have to go see it, I guess.
Yeah, it didn't look good to be honest.
It
but
didn't
maybe
look-
it would be good.
It didn't look as bad as I was expecting it to look, which after the Tim Burton one is
Yeah, that wasn't
surprising.
that great.
It's probably going to be the second best Willy Wonka movie. After, the good one, and then the Tim
Well,
Burton
did they
one's
ever
the bad
do a
one.
glass elevator movie?
I don't know. I don't think so. What if this movie is just fucking in Charlie's head and he's just going crazy?
Charlie's in this?
No, I don't think so. But
Oh.
what if this is all just like in
I
his
thought you were
head?
saying Charlie Day was in Wonka.
No.
I was like,
Yeah,
what?
he plays the chocolate bar.
I was like, then we gotta go see it. No, it looks like it's supposed to be like a fun family movie and not like something horrifying like the original one.
I mean, yeah, the original one's pretty kid friendly except for that one scene.
The freaking LSD trip thing
Yeah.
where they're on the
So there'll probably be
It's
something like
horrifying.
that in this.
I hope so.
Is this so? Do you know if this is a prequel to that specifically,
Oh, is this like him when he's
or is
younger?
this like a standalone, like different universe?
It's definitely not a.
Because it doesn't look as grimy as the world of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah.
Because everybody was sad as shit in that. Well, I guess that one family was sad as shit. Everybody else seemed pretty happy.
Yeah. Maybe it is like a prequel.
Because
I don't know.
he's sort of dressed the same.
Well, this is his origins, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it would be a prequel to something, and then maybe they'll make another sequel to this or something like that. But I don't think it's supposed to lead up to the original one.
Which do you think will be better, this or Dune?
I'm not going to be able to understand Dune.
Timothy Chalamet. You might not be able to understand this either.
2 Timothy Chalamet movies coming out
Yeah.
in the same year.
He's the new hotness. He's the new Tom Holland.
Are we going to see both of those?
Yeah, we probably have to do reviews. We have to go see. Are you prepared to go see Wonka and Aquaman 2 on the same day, Christmas Eve?
Not doing that.
I might.
You're going to go see a movie instead of spending time with your family
Well,
on
do it
Christmas Eve.
on the middle of the day. I'll have it off.
I'll probably work on Christmas Eve.
I won't. Fuck that.
I usually do.
I think it's a Sunday, so I'm not gonna be working regardless.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Anyway, your thoughts on Sunny? We gotta wrap this up soon.
I got so much stuff on my list though.
For what?
I got my phone's broken.
Okay.
Broke my phone. Tried to get it fixed. Well, I tried to get it fixed originally, and then that's what broke it. And then
How did I just text you?
I have a different phone.
Oh,
I went out and bought literally the shittiest, cheapest phone I could find.
nice. A drug dealer phone?
No, it's slightly worse than that. Yeah, but I went to go get my cameras replaced in my phone because they're fucked up, and I went to somebody I know, not like a professional place, because this person was like really hard for cash and needed some money, and they like work on this stuff. So I was like, yeah, they know what they're doing. I'll fucking give them some money and help them out, Trying to be a good guy because I'm a hero. And then got home, everything was fine. About 4 hours later, fucking screen dies. It's like, awesome, great, love it. Screen's gonna cost about $250 to replace. and it also might just break again. So I was like, I'll just get a new phone, I guess. So I bought a new phone for the same price, a refurbished phone, same exact model. Shows up, open it up, get everything set up, go to open Snapchat, because Snapchat's the only app I have that doesn't have a dark mode. And the panel is burnt in. You have no idea what I'm talking about.
What do you mean? I'm listening to you.
When you use like this piece of shit phone, the screen has a light panel behind it that when you turn it on, the whole panel illuminates. Your phone, when you turn it on, if you have black, those pixels are off. There's no backlight. Each pixel is individually lit.
Yeah, so what?
So when you have a screen like that and you have a white background, the apps, like those pixels, will get stuck a little bit. So if you have a blank white background, you can see where other people had their apps. And it's really annoying. So I had to send it back. I was like, hey, this is not a phone that I can use. Because that will literally drive me crazy.
Maybe just don't buy an expensive phone.
Well, I kind of got roped into it, and I refused to buy another phone. So, fuck Samsung. That's a whole nother story.
Well, that's how I got this baby. Well, the first one. Then it fell off of the
you
shelf.
dropped it?
No, it fell off the shelf. I hit the shelf and it fell off the shelf.
I've got sunfish or dipshits. I just watched a video about sunfish and how they're weird. That's pretty cool. Crocodiles are scary. I was listening to a podcast to talk about crocodiles.
They are horrifying.
Did you know that a crocodile's bite force is really powerful? Like closing?
Yeah.
But really weak opening. So if a crocodile attacks you, what you're supposed to do is hold its mouth shut. Because it won't be able to open its mouth.
Well, that's good to know if you have the strength to do so.
It's really not that difficult to hold it shut.
I can't remember what I was watching, but it was about...
Crocodile Dundee?
No, it was a real thing.
Crocodile Dundee
They
2.
caught this massive crocodile.
Crocodile?
It was like 20 feet long.
Yep.
And they were trying to... Yeah, and so like it was supposed to be sent off to this because it was accused of eating people.
It was accused?
Yeah. They don't know for sure if it was him.
Court.
It was accused of eating people. So the town was like,
The defendant.
no, seriously, there's huge ass crocodiles here. Like, can you please come and capture them or kill them or something? And this thing had like gunshot wounds and shit.
Yeah.
And like, this thing was not going to die.
It's fucking badass.
Yeah, it ate some little girl.
I bet if you put some salt in that water, it would die real quick.
Yeah, so anyway, they captured it and they were supposed to bring it to this like zoo where it would be treated correctly.
Mm-hmm.
But instead, this like impoverished town, I can't remember what country this is in, but anyway, they just kept it in this pool and then they would drain the pool. So like a tourist attraction.
Right.
So the town could get some money, and they killed it because I guess they're so heavy that they have to be in the water or they can't support their fucking organs.
Yeah.
So this thing just like, and it's like, I know it was eating people, but that's what they do. Like,
Yeah.
It's weird when you watch something like that and you're like, that thing's horrifying. But then like they're like, it died because and then it was like, I legitimately felt bad for this horrifying looking creature.
Yeah.
It's like, it's sad though. Like
I feel like
he was hurting his belly.
If
Draining the water out, he couldn't float around or anything, and he got crushed organs. They didn't feed him right.
I feel like if something like that was happening, either fucking leave it alone or just kill it.
Yeah.
Like just get it, just shoot it in the head.
Well, or if you can transfer it to a facility that
take
can
care of it.
actually take care of it, then
Take care of it
Yeah.
or kill it.
Yeah.
Don't do weird stuff in between.
Like with people who have no knowledge of.
Yeah. It's
these
like
animals.
either put it out of its misery because it's going to live a miserable like 3 weeks or whatever, or take care of it. Like there's no in between for me.
Right.
Also, you're going to be really excited about this.
Really?
New Metamorpho casting for the new Superman movie. How do you feel about that?
I don't know who Metamorpho is.
He's like a guy he's like 4 quadrants. He can like do different stuff. He can like turn into a gas, turn into fire, turn into a big rock man. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
His name's Anthony Carrigan. Do you know who that is?
No.
He is in Barry. Have you seen Barry?
No.
Well, he plays NoHo Hank in Barry. He's in Gotham. Have you ever seen Gotham?
Yes.
He plays Victor Zsasz,
Never heard of him.
the serial killer, who does like he cuts a tally mark for every person he kills. So that's pretty cool.
I didn't watch all of the show.
He was in like season 1, episode 3. Well, I looked it up earlier. I don't give a fuck. He was also in The Flash, your favorite show, and he plays Kyle Nimbus, famous comic book character Kyle Nimbus. That's actually who you're going as for Halloween, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's my list. I guess we can talk about Sunny real quick, and then we'll wrap it up. I'm not a fan.
You don't like it?
No,
Why?
I haven't liked this most recent season. It's just not funny to me.
I think it's hilarious.
I haven't been. Not my style. What specifically about the bowling episode did you like?
Gutterball.
I hated that.
Why? It's
I
fucking
didn't
funny.
find it funny at all. It was the most ridiculous thing ever.
Gutterball.
I just don't like how they have to. They've been going for so long now that they have to be like, when we were children, we like this thing that's never been part of their characters before. Dee has never bowled a day in her life until now.
Well, because you never knew she was.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
Was her
But it's
secret
like,
thing. So
you
what?
think that Dennis wouldn't have brought this up before?
I mean, she was keeping it a secret. He thought he ruined the sport for her when she was a kid.
You don't think that he would have brought it up prior to this?
I think it's okay to just introduce new stuff. Otherwise, like, what are you gonna do?
But it's like,
I mean, they got the McPoyles in that episode. That's funny.
well, yeah, they don't really do anything with them though.
He chucks the. He can't fucking see, and he throws a ball at his brother.
That was funny.
Yeah. I spilt my drink when that happened.
But it's like,
it was like it comes out of the blue. But at first, when I watched it, I thought it hit his leg, and he had like a like his bone came out, like just the way it happened. I don't know. So I was just like, oh, and like just spilt like.
But it's like, you know, I'm okay with them introducing new stuff, like the fucking when they go to Risky Rats Pizza.
Yeah,
and they're talking about how they went there as kids and stuff. That's fine. But when they're like, this was a core thing for Dee when she was a kid.
Yeah.
Was like she was trying to be the best bowler or whatever. Also, that monologue was weird. I just wasn't a fan of that.
Dennis's monologue.
Yeah, it just felt like they were explaining, like just show, don't tell. You know?
No, I thought it was all funny.
Yeah. I'm just not that big a fan of this most recent season. Nothing stands out to me. I did like in the Risky Rats episode when they go up to the construction wall and they just start kicking it and it's really loud.
See, that one,
that was funny to me.
Like, I was like dying with that. Well, did you only watch them once?
Yeah.
Okay. Sometimes it's like,
I'll rewatch the whole season after it's done.
Yeah, see, when I was watching it, first time I would watch certain episodes, I probably had a similar reaction to you, but then I rewatched them all, and there's just stuff that like I didn't quite catch that I think is hilarious. Like the part where they like try to show the animatronics like breasts,
yeah,
and they're fucking sawed off.
Yeah,
like their reaction to that was like fucking hilarious.
I did like when Mac and that kid.
He's like, fucking libs, and he's like, well, it could also be like
the hardcore conservatives. You don't know which one it is.
And Dennis is just like, that's sick. Yeah, that's fucking funny to me.
Yeah, I did
seriously rewatch it because there was like some times where I wasn't laughing, then I rewatched it and I was like, okay, that's actually like pretty fucking funny.
I did enjoy when Mac was in like the timeout zone with the therapist bear or whatever and that kid. And then I enjoyed when they were gonna set up the fucking like they locked all the parents in the bathroom or whatever, and then they like throw the switch and then immediately cuts to like firefighters pulling people out of a burning building, like corpses on the ground and kids crying.
Well, like there's also some stuff in there that they're throwing in that's just kind of like seems like true to me, like Mac's little speech to the kid
about how adults aren't around. What was the speech about? I don't
I'm
remember.
not going to say it exactly. He basically says, like, the kids now, like, fucking, they don't, when they're not allowed to, like, make mistakes or something like that. And then when they do make a mistake, nobody punishes them, or they don't feel like they should be punished for it. Just rewatch it. I can't fucking, I thought it was cool, though.
I don't know. I did like the McBoyles, but I just feel like they were underutilized.
What, they're investing in an emerging industry?
I don't know. I just think it would have been funny if they were still trying to sell fucking tapes or rent tapes.
Yeah.
I think that would have been like they're just still hanging on. You walk in and there's like 3 DVDs on the shelf.
I mean, I thought the stuff with Uncle Jack was funny.
I don't even remember most of it. With he has that van,
the Russian one
with the ice cream,
where it's a parody of the Queen's Gambit.
And also he has that thing up his butt, like that happened in real life, maybe.
Who, Mac?
No, to play chess, the vibrating.
Oh yeah. Well, that wasn't Mac at first.
Yeah. He had the. I have the vibrating anal beads way up my ass. Frank's like, I don't
get it.
I don't understand.
Did the dance? No, I just like his comments were like fucking like Charlie's like when
he's
the
just
kid
standing there staring at
Charlie's like,
"Are you still here? Go away."
Charlie's like the kid loses and he's like, "Yeah, suck on it, suck it." And then Uncle Jack's just like, "If he does, can I get a screenshot?" He's like, "That's sick." Shut up. Like just like
they break the phone and Frank's just like, "Oh."
Yeah. I think this new season's fucking funny.
It's not as funny as the last.
Well, you can't really like expect like the first 3 seasons or like season 4 or 5 or 7 or 8 or 9 or 10. It's like the show's been going on for a while. Like there's only so much shit you can do. Like
I know, and I couldn't do better, but I'm just saying, it's not as good.
I liked seeing Artemis and
my character.
That latest one, that's probably one of my favorite episodes so far. Just with Gail the snail, and she's like, "You guys want to snort some Jello shots?" And she's just like, "Yeah." She's like, "I love the vibe of this place. She's like, it's so hot." And then when she's like, "I sucked off some Randy in the parking lot earlier.
My mouth hurts."
Yeah.
I think my cooter's on fire because I want to have Max babies, and she's like, "Your cooter's on fire because you probably have a yeast infection.
Yeah,
go wash it out and do better next time."
Gutterball.
I didn't find Gutterball funny.
I thought it was funny.
I didn't find it funny. And Dennis breaks his hand.
I'm not gonna do it. Gutterball.
So yeah, that was another episode. Jordan, will you do your thing that you're in charge of?
What am I in charge of?
You have to say, follow us on Patreon at patreon.com/JJTI.
Yeah, you say better than I do.
No, this is your job.
No.
Well, you gotta play the outro music.
Play it.
Follow us at JJTI on Patreon and YouTube at JJTI.
Well, these sunglasses look stupid on me.
Yeah. Well, yeah.